Hi, I'm glad that you can join me today for our weekly meetings about the Torah portion. Parashat VaEtchanan is one of the most interesting parashiot of the entire Torah because it has an incredible amount of information that we, the Jewish people, have taken to heart and make a very important base of our religion, actually the pillars of our tradition. On the one hand, we're going to hear Moses speaking again about the Ten Commandments. He'll bring those Ten Commandments, which are about 95% the same as the commandments that we heard on Parashat Yitro in the book of Exodus. But it will have slight changes. In terms of Shabbat, we will hear about the observance of Shabbat. In the first set of Ten Commandments, we have the word remember the Sabbath. Here we have the word shamor, observe the Sabbath. Second, when we talk about on the commandment number 5 of honoring our parents, we have a concept here of benefit for us if we follow that commandment, that our days on earth will be prolonged. And lastly, the 10th commandment of coveting someone else's spouse will be enlarged to cover other things, not just a spouse, but also property, animals. All that will be included in the concept of coveting on the 10th commandment. After the 10 commandments, the Torah will speak about the Shema Israel. The Shema that speaks about of the uniqueness of God and our love for God is written in this Torah portion. And I think you know very well and will agree with me that it's a fundamental tenet of our tradition. We say the Shema Israel every single day in our prayers in the morning and when we go to bed at night. God forbid someone is in their deathbed, the Shema is the last words that the person will pronounce. That is the importance, such is the importance of this incredible concept in Judaism of the uniqueness of God and our love for God. In addition to that, we will also see how that affects our lives and how we show that love for God in the observance of putting on tefillin. One over our hand, the bicep here, and the other among our eyes. The tefillin as a sign, as an ot, are an intricate part of this Torah portion. At the very end, we will hear the idea that God loved Israel not because of its numbers. In fact, we were promised to be a big nation, but that has not happened so far. And then the attention is about the people of Israel being chosen because of their loyalty towards God's commandments. We are switching the promise of big numbers to the concept of loyalty to God's principles. And therefore, a warning comes from the lawgiver that once we are in Israel and enjoying the good things of the land, there's a reminder not to forget God. There's a reminder of not to be lured by idol worshiping of the locals, neither intermarry with them. These concepts are brought at the very end of this parasha, because in return, God will love us and God will give us extended life in exchange for our loyalty for God. This mutuality is to be presented at the very end of this Torah portion. But it was always there. In Judaism, we are in a covenantal relationship with the Almighty. And both sides have responsibilities and obligations. In this Torah portion, they are beautifully summarized in the 10 Commandments that we will read on Shabbat morning, and of course, then the Shema. So we invite you to join us on Friday night for a wonderful short Kabbalat Shabbat and picnic. If you haven't made your reservations, I hope you have time to do so. And on Shabbat morning from 10 to 12, we will gather in our main sanctuary to go for a very summarized and Zoom Shabbat morning service, which will, of course, will include the Torah reading and the seven aliyot, maftir, and haftorah. If you would like to have an honor to the Torah, either in the sanctuary or via Zoom, please let us know, and we will certainly add your name to it. Until then, let me wish you a Shabbat Shalom, and I also, for those who are fasting on Tisha B'Av, a Tzom Kal. Lehitraot. Bye-bye.